Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I Am Playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did job quests, finally finished off all the job quests in an extended episode. And in this episode we're going to go ahead and finally continue with the MSQ. Welcome to Reunion, my friends. Here is where we will begin our search for Lord Hien. When last I spoke with Lord Hien, he said he spent much time in this market. I had hoped we might find him here today, but alas. Hey Gear, I've been meaning to ask. There are an awful lot of Zayla around here, aren't they? Aren't there? Bleh. Oh, I assumed you knew. Niazim's Steppe has been home to the nomadic tribes of the Zayla since antiquity. More than 50 roam these lands, and though they do not constitute a nation, there is a hierarchy of sorts, determined through ritual combat. Funny, if they're so busy fighting each other, you'd think the Empire would be able to march in and take the Steppe-ings. I wonder why they haven't.
Why indeed, Lys, why indeed. Perhaps they see little value in it, especially given the fierce reputation of the Zayla warriors who would fight tooth and nail to oppose them.
These lands were not made for men. The soil is thin, and the weather unforgiving. The Zayla found ways to survive, it is true, but they are made of sterner stuff than most Imperials, conscript or citizen. Thank you for taking the time to explain. It sounds like I've got a lot to learn. Later, I mean. We're meant to be looking for Hien. People from many tribes gather in Reunion to trade goods and information. I should be surprised if we cannot learn something of value here. Let us make our inquiries separately, then. Why don't you speak with some of the merchants here? Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Boots, fresh boots. It's called boots. Your choice of landlords, though, guaranteed to satisfy. How many will you have, miss? Doman? Unless another Daskar is keeping him in her yurt. He is not here. More fool her if she took a Doman for a husband. Enough about Doman, so to speak of boots instead. Surely your mother or father have made you so when you were little. A Zayla who never eats boots is not a whole Zayla. What fortune you have to come hither at this time. Freshly slaughtered, every cut available on request. Organs too, hearts, livers, brains, or a brace of blood sausages, if you desire only a snack. A doman? Poor Mite make domans. I jest. I did see a young mole in the company of one a few days ago.
Roasted fish with pumpkin, an exotic foreign delicacy cooked to perfection. Beloved without the step. Come, come! You seek domans? Then you are come to the wrong place, my friend. Delicious as my foodstuffs are, they find little favor with those from the south. Now, if it were Goro you were looking for, on the other hand, then I might be able to help you. They flock to my stall.
I've brought you in a brush, my beloved. So smooth and silky your mane shall be, the envy of every other man.
Say again, you're seeking who?
Ah, the Doman, I know of whom you speak. He comes and goes with a mole girl. Though I could not describe her, I only know that she is mole because I heard them talking as they passed.
Let's
just call people mole. / say mole. With a capital M. I'm Ora, if you must know. I come down from the mountain in the north, if there's nothing else.
Mole.
You take me for a mole? I am Oranir. Compare me with one so weak and lowly. What? Compare me not with one so weak and lowly.
Mole.
Yes, I am Mole. My name is Serena. May I help you? Oh, I see. You're looking for Hien in that case.
How urgent this business must be to leave our conversation unfinished. The Kinsai, will you bite? There's but one bundle left. If not, then...
I will, though I had not thought to pay so high a price.
It is a bargain for which you should be grateful. If you like the coin, then fall to 0, and you will leave with nothing.
Please, I must have the Kinsai. The gods themselves requested it. We are bound to their will.
Pay me the difference in whisper root. I will sell it to the next apothecary to pass the reunion, and we will each feel fairly treated. But do not tarry. Should another come before you, coin in hand, I will not refuse him.
I understand. Thank you for your kindness. I'm sorry, but we must speak of Hien later. I cannot leave reunion without the Kinsai. You want to help me, is that it?
Yes, yes.
I do not know what to say. Thank you, Lynn, thank you. The lumbering ones, we must fell wander the plains to the west of Reunion. If we each harvest 2, then we should have enough whisper root. Return here when you have finished. Good luck.
We're fighting bloody trees!
I love slide casting.
Okay, that's one done. No. There we go.
Welcome back, Lynn. Have you brought the whisper root?
A commonly valued ingredient of Zalem medicine.
Blessed is he who shows kindness to strangers, for with fortune does he ever ride. Will this quantity suffice?
It shall. The Kinsai is yours. The gods favor you more than you know, child. Woodgun rarely have need of such herbs, and so my stock is limited. Had you come a day earlier or later, I would have none for you.
Perhaps the gods guided me here, as they guided grandmother, as they guided this woman from the west.
Voice acted.
Hey. How goes the search? Any luck?
What fortune to meet a friend of the young master!
Well met, Cyrena. If you have an inkling as to the current whereabouts of Lord Hien, we should be most grateful for your assistance.
Oh, please! It is I who should be grateful.
Hold! What is this? I came first, you second!
Shock. Ah, yes.
Know you to whom
in
you
FF14.
speak? All people of the steppe should. Or
Shock
have you
versus
fought so
Thancred.
much that you have forgotten the fate of your superiors?
Colorized.
Superiors? I spit on your superiority, little prince! Twisted and mad as sand devils your kind are!
Daring do dandy. Wow.
Those two don't seem to like each other very much.
Those boys are of the Oronir and Dothal, the two strongest tribes. The children of Azim are destined to rule, so they declare to all who will listen. Their word is law. For now. Grand, flamboyant fighters, but deadly, very deadly. He prances as a horse, as do his brothers after their many recent victories. The Undying Ones too are strong, fearless, and vicious. They often reigned in the past. Now they are sorely tested. Ah, the master of the markets. He is Castir. To fight in reunion is forbidden, and to break the peace is to be banished forever. This he says without words, for words are lies to the Castir. They do not speak.
That's interesting. And all these different tribes share the same lands, do they? No wonder it's tense.
I shall look for you on the field at the Nardum. Mark my words!
As shall I. Mayhap I shall take 11 more Dothar heads to make a dozen with yours. I look forward to the day.
The dispute will be settled at the Nardum?
A great battle held on the final day of the Sahan San. During this time, all bonds of hierarchy are broken. All Zayla are equal and free to prepare for the fight. The tribe which triumphs in the Nardum rules until the next Sahan San. Which in these lands is now.
Ah, so that is what they call the custom. I presume your tribe will also be taking part?
Not all seek the Dawn Throne. Some are satisfied with their lot. Others, like the Castir, have reason to remain neutral. Them all are lambs among wolves. Long were we content to remain apart and live quietly, but... Never mind that. You see Kien, yes? I know where he may be.
Yes. Gear upgrade.
Long ago my grandmother, having received a vision from the gods, bade me go forth into the southern mountains. It is there that I found Hien, near death from many wounds. I brought him to our village, and there we nursed him back to health. Afterwards he chose to remain. He might repay us for our kindness. The Domans set much store by honor and shame, so at first I did not question it. Excuse me, if I could see your map for a moment. Here, he has grown fond of this place. It affords him a view of the markets and the steppe. I would accompany you, but I must return to our village to prepare my grandmother's meal. Thank you again for your assistance. A long-awaited reunion is at hand. Come, my friends, let us go and meet our lord and master.
Yes, but let me also go and grab this. Hello, traveler. As it happens, some of the local Kisteri merchants have been dealing with a problem involving your kind of late. Reunion is run by the Castir. It will not do you any favors to displease them. The tribe is famed for its dislike of speech. They believe that all words are merely lies. The Castir way is to show your intentions through your actions. Nothing else shall suffice for them. And yet a merchant from far-off lands has recently appeared in Reunion, trying to force the Castir to trade by using the very words they despise. Ignorance is no excuse. I've seen others attempt to explain the local custom to him. However, it matters not what anyone says, if he will not listen. I would appreciate if you could take the responsibility for this buffoon. No doubt he is still in the Khan's nest, harping on. I don't suppose you'd fancy taking part in this conversation anytime soon, would you? If I've done something to displease you, you need only tell me what. And just who would you happen to be? If you're here to trade, then you'll have to wait your turn. I arrived first. What's that? You're not a merchant? Well, are you aware of the funny customs these Castiri have? Apparently words aren't much use, only actions will do. I was told as much by members of other Aura tribes, but I just can't bring myself to believe it. How can one run a market if they refuse to speak? Regardless, it does not appear that I stand to gain much from continuing to rely on speech. If even a fellow outsider such as yourself is telling me to follow the Castiri customs, I suppose it is high time I acquiesced. And now that I think of it, if you're not a competitor, would you perhaps be interested in working with me? Seek me out if you'd like to hear more. They're not gonna like say a word, right? Seems she's glad to see the back of Gascon. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, it's been an eternity since I last had a chance to talk with a fellow traveler. The name's Gascot. I belong to the East Alnar Trading Company, and I've been stationed in the Far East for a while now. I used to work at our Kugane office until a short while ago. Word has it won't be long before Doma fully escapes the Empire's grasp. Very few merchants are going to pass up such a good opportunity to trade with a newly independent nation. I've always been a pioneer myself, and decided that I would make certain I was the first to explore this new potential trade partner. I've brought bags full of foreign goods to impress the locals with. Yet despite this, I'm unable to convince them to even talk to me. Never mind take a look at my wares. If only they knew what harrowing obstacles I have overcome just to be here. Countless levies, paid pirates, daring escapes from fearsome bandits and beasts. Could go on forever. And what is my reward? The icy stare of a Castiri woman. Until today, I had never met a lady that thought me anything but a charming gent. As it seems I alone am not up to the task, I wish to ask for your aid, knowledgeable adventurer. If you help me convince them to trade, I promise you untold discounts on everything I have for sale. No need to be so alarmed, friend. I merely wish for you to help me learn about Castiri customs. I would not dream of asking you to threaten them or force you to help me with my work. Their culture is unlike anything I have encountered thus far. If I am to get anywhere, I must study all of the customs and deities that govern their day-to-day lives. Only then do I stand a chance of convincing them to trade. This information shall doubtless be equally valuable to you on your travels. But if I weren't such a humble man, I would demand you show your gratitude to me for giving you this opportunity. Okay, buddy. Bye. We'll deal with you in a later point in time. And that over there does not seem to give me an ether current, so I will not do it. As is the law.
The Kami are merciful! My Lord Hien, I see you are alive and well.
Ah, you are come sooner than expected. So, my blade or my head? Which would you have of me?
The people of Yansha remain loyal to Doma. I have seen the fire in their eyes. They are ready to rise up and fight. The time is ripe, my lord. Return with us, blade in hand, and lead Doma to freedom.
Naught less than liberty will suffice, then. A pity. It will prove far more difficult to deliver than my head. But if my people wish to pursue an impossible dream, then who am I to deny them? You giddy. Go Asetsu. And,
The scions of the Seventh Dawn, my lord. Good and true friends who opened their hearts and homes to us when we fled to Eorzea. Far across the sea they have journeyed to stand with us in the fight for Doman liberation. To oppose the Empire, as they have in the West, where they are lauded as heroes for their many deeds.
say no more, Yugiri. Say no more. I observed how you helped Serena, to whom I am deeply indebted. For that and for the aid you provided my people, you have my deepest gratitude. There is no doubting your strength nor your character. It would be my honor to fight by your side. So, what of Doma? Arise, my friends, and tell me of our home. I have made my decision. Yugiri, I bid you return to Yanxia and take charge of our forces in preparation for my homecoming. As for our esteemed guests, I would ask that you remain here with me. I sense you will be a great help in the coming days.
Your will is my command, my lord, but how much longer do you intend to stay?
Oh, only until I have won the contest? I mean to return at the head of the Zayla army.
You mean to participate in the Narden?
Have you a better idea? Consider how soundly we were defeated before. The Imperials may have since grown weaker, but we are weaker still. 'Twould be folly to challenge them without first supplementing our forces, so yes, I intend to win the Narden and enlist the aid of every able-bodied Zayla I can. Furthermore, by championing the Mole in the contest, I can at last repay their kindness. Lest you forget they saved me from certain death, and a man who suffers such debts to go unpaid is without honor and unfit to lead.
Just so, just so. Our lord has spoken, Yugiri. But take heart. I shall keep him safe. And should it come to it, bring him back by force.
This is no laughing matter, Gosetsu. But if these are my orders, very well. Once more, I place my faith in you. Pray look after them both.
Looks like it's up to us then. Though it does seem a bit risky. Isn't Hien meant to be the next king of Doma or something?
So they say, though in truth I am but a pale reflection of my late father. All the more reason to entreat your assistance. For ours is an impossible dream. To set in motion a revolution that will rattle the very firmament and shake off the yoke of the most powerful empire in the world.
Then there, was it? Once again, allow me to thank you for your many deeds in service to Doma. For 25 years did my father rule in name only. My rule, if one would deign to call it, has been naught in comparison. That changes now. We have a purpose and a plan. And after we take to the battlefield together, we will have victory as well. But you are a practical woman, I can tell. Disinclined to trust in words when actions speak truer. I can relate. So, you too have heard of the Nadan. A great battle for supremacy of the steppe. I learned of it during my stay with the Mole. To my knowledge, no foreigners have ever participated, much less triumphed in a Nadan. But, lack of precedent notwithstanding, I should think we have a good standing to bid them march with us to Doma, should we win. Would they even permit us to fight, my lord? We belong to no tribe of the steppe. We are not without options, given what Cyrena has told me. You see, in accordance with the god's wishes, her people shall participate in the coming Nadam. And when they take to the field, I mean for us to fight alongside them as fellow warriors of the Mall. But we need not discuss this at length here. Come, let us head north to Mall Illo, or something, where Cyrena and her people have made camp for the season. The hunt. Whee. Right. To the north. Riding my behemoth. My big B-boy. The sea of blades. The sea of xenoblades. And that'd be a dream right there. More xenoblades is always good. My friends, I give you Mal Illo, the Hatun of the tribe Temulin, resides in the largest yurt. We should go and make our introductions. I'll probably mispronounce most of the things around here, because they have... I think it's Mongolian. I think it's based off a Mongolian kind of dealios. And yeah, I have no idea how in the hell I would even go about pronouncing any of that stuff. The only reference I have is the cutscenes, so... Excuse me, horse coming through. At last, the traveler comes.
Tamarun Hatun, Cyrena, I am returned.
Ah, you found each other.
Ours is the soil, Hian. The Domans, and the Eorzeans too.
You know us?
The gods know you, child. As do the stars in the heavens, which shone bright at your coming.
The Mole hearken to the whispers of the elder gods, which guide us in our daily lives. We know them through the Utun, like my grandmother.
Hatun, I am come to beg a boon of you and yours. That I might liberate my homeland, I seek to rally the strength of the steppe. To that end, I wish to fight in the Nardam, as a warrior of the Maw. Will you grant me this honor?
To stand with the Mole is fruitless. Hian, do not do this. The gods may have willed that our tribe join in the Nardam, but... there is no path to victory. We are weak, and our numbers few. Even with your help, it would be impossible.
I thank you for your concern, Cyrena. But it is precisely because of the seeming hopelessness of your cause that we must needs cast our lot with you.
Ah, must needs.
Were we to join hands with a more favored tribe, our victory would inevitably be attributed to them, and no one would follow me to Doma.
"'Twas the gods' will that we fight. Mayhap this too is their design. Hear me then. As Hartun of the Mall, I invite you all to join with us in the Nardum. Will you look after them?
Come with me, friends. There is much I would show you.
You... wait. I would have words. A singular radiance, shimmering, like a jewel of the Dusk Mother, blinding in its brilliance. Stars flicker and flock to you. Before such gathered light, even the secrets of the gods may be laid bare. Some are fated to rise in grace and glory. Others to falter and fade, though not from memory. Both will be your strength and salvation come the end. Cherish the stars and the light they bring you in the dark. For you are a traveler, are you not?
I understand, Grandma. Thank you all for coming, and for offering to fight with us in the Nadam. I still fear our chances grim. I am grateful for your assistance. To be recognized as the warriors of the mole, there is a trial you must overcome. Before we speak of such things, there is another, more pressing matter. Okay. My friends, I must warn you, the path upon which you embark is fraught with peril. You will journey unto the far reaches of the steppe to confront a terrible foe, as did the warrior Bardam in days of yore. 3 days he battled with the demon ere he returned to his people. So it is written. So must it be. Many who follow in his footsteps perish, lacking in strength of body and mind. Therefore, he must treat you to a great feast. Have I said something strange? The hungry fox starves staring at the bull's testicles, therefore warriors should be well fed on the eve of the battle. That belly laugh is something. She does have a point. We have been keeping busy in my absence. A brief repast may be in order, lest we collapse of fatigue and malnourishment in the midst of our trial. Yes, just so. However, it will take time to prepare. Is there anything we can do to help? It might also give us a chance to learn more about your people and their ways. Well, if you insist, I'm sure that the others would be glad of your assistance. Would you go and speak with Dorbe, Liz? Lynn, Liz, it's fucking me up. As for you three, you can help me with another task. For today's feast, the gods decreed that we lure Gulo Gulo to slaughter with entrails. Perhaps you could be the ones to do this?
That your people look to the gods for guidance I understand, but in your daily meals? I say your grandmother must be quite busy.
Some days more than others, but every night we come together around the cook fire.
Even base must earn and keep on the step. Give over the entrails, Sinra. We will bring you a bounty of meat.
Pulls entrails out of her pocket. Ba-da-da. Step on me. Turn 30 to the west. Boom, boom, boom.
Word of advice, our Kori is wont to avoid the Zela and their settlements, but is fond of flowing waters. A thought occurs to me. How about we make a game of it, Lynn? I have 6 bags of entrails, with which we may lure our gula gula. 3 for you and 3 for me. Whoever returns with a greater portion shall be declared the winner. What say you? Then it's settled. Gosetsu will stand as witness. Let the game begin. Right, so the farther I go away from Zela, the better. Is the entire dealio. I think maybe up here, here, and here. That's what I'm thinking. To the north. Ah. Aha. It is up there. Bum, bum. The House of the Crooked Coin. It's a nice name. I'll go down this way maybe, and then I'll just come back like this way, and then we'll go like that. Seems like a good idea to me. The river winds winds its way south, the water churning with a gentle current. There may be many gula gula nearkin. Few gula gula can resist the lure of delicious, tasty entrails. 3 of them, jeez. I think you can just pick any of these sides, really, but I intend to win this. So that is why I'm using my noggin. AKA wasting your guys' time. Smiley face. Allows you, I'm allowing you to bask in the radiance that is a step. From yep. Erect. So. Yes. 3 of them, Christ. Looks like I chose the correct spots though. I don't think there's going to be like 3 of 3. I don't think that's a thing. Could be wrong, mind you. I haven't done this quest since, you know, I initially did it, so... There we go. Excuse me, bird boys. Oh, have you used all of your bait? In that case, let us see the fruits of your labor. Oh, it seems that at the very least you are the faster hunter. But speed is not everything. For my part, I slew 6 gula gula. Aye, that you have, my lord, asked for Lynn. A meat of 8 gula gula did you bring? A fine day's work, and undeniably the greater portion. Bah, a loss, is it? And how confident I was in my chances. Nevertheless, it is a testament to your skills as a hunter and a warrior. How fortunate I am to count one so talented among my allies. And with that, our game is concluded. Let us return to Mol Illo forthwith, and let us have Lynn present our meat to Cyrano. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Maybe you are unfamiliar with traditional Zala cuisine? Let not its appearance deceive you. It is quite hearty and nourishing. Were it not so, I doubt they would have. I doubt they could have nursed me back to health. You should have seen the state I was in. You returned, Lynn. How was your hunt? Few things should impress Cyrano more than a sack of blood-soaked meat taken from freshly slaughtered gula gula. My word, this is impressive, or were you so hungry that you felt the need to kill so many? Well, I shall endeavor not to disappoint you all with my cooking. Yes. It will be a little while before the meal is ready. If you and Lise wish to fill the time, perhaps you could assist Dorbay. He has many responsibilities and would welcome your help, nor would you regret making his acquaintance, for he is liked and respected by all. You may find him by the other yurt, taking stock of our supplies. Taking talk! Anyway, need to make at least one of those jokes today. Ah, one of the newcomers. Welcome. I spoke with Lise. I bade her help the children gather fuel for the cook fires. I trust it will be a good experience for all. For you too, perhaps. Seek them in the south across the bridge. Let us go. Ride, my goobo. My goo boy. Now the question is, can I climb up here? One moment. Come on. Come on. There has to be a little gap. You can't do this to me, game. Come on! No fucking way. Son of a bitch. Sure, game. I'll play your game. Oh, Lynn, are you here to help too? Great, so I suppose Dorbay told you that the children and I are getting fuel for the fires, did he? It'll need to be dried before they can burn it, of course. You do understand what we're here for, right? Only some people can be a bit squeamish about that sort of stuff. Then again, you've never minded getting your hands dirty, have you? Anyway, we're trying to get 4 piles each. Good luck, and keep an eye on the children while you're at it, eh? Gather dung. I like how Lise doesn't say it, and then a game is just gather dung. Gather yourself a handful of shit. It's great for fueling fires.
Deliver the dung to Lys. Well, have you found your share yet? It is what it is. Oh. Good work. I hope you took the time to talk to the children while you were at it. No. Lys, look how much dung we have. Wow, I'm impressed. I thought we'd gathered a lot, but it looks like we're all left to admit defeat. Dorby will be happy when we find enough. Not just Dorby. Now we can continue making cheese. Not that I was worried. It was easier when we were living near the forest. But dung works just as well as wood. I heard them all move from place to place. Let the gods tell you where to go. Must be hard on you all. Hard? I do not understand. Why is it hard? It is better for the animals to move, to have more food to eat, and land to roam. To stay in one place is harder, no? From the heavens comes the rain which nourishes the soil. From the soil comes the grass which nourishes the beast. From the beast comes the flesh which nourishes the Zela. Ours is the soil of one and all. But you Westerners are like the Domans. You live in the same place in villages, and all the villages in one place are part of a nation, yes? Ian talks about nations sometimes. When he was injured, he spoke of Doma in his sleep, but I did not understand his words. Whenever I ask him about Doma, he just smiles and looks to the south. Reminds me of my mother when she waits for father to return from a long journey, but Hien will not wait any longer, will he? Because she came for him, to take him back, because his nation is more important. I'm not sure how to answer this. A nation is a place, I suppose. A place and the people in it, and maybe the things too. But more than that, it's the history, the traditions, the words, the stories we tell ourselves and our children, everything that came before and everything that comes after. The place where we were born is part of who we are. We carry it with us, no matter where we go. Whatever we become, that part remains. That link to our fathers and their fathers before them. It's not important to everyone, I suppose, but then that's fine, but it's important to Hien and to me. Some call them all fools for listening to the other gods, but it is our way, our pride, our nation? Something like that. It's something precious to you, that you and the others share. And that no one can ever take from you. But we can talk more about it later. It's time to go home. Dorbe is waiting. I'll stay with the children. Why not go and let Cyrna know how we got on? Right. Meanwhile, lawnmowers. Dun, dun, dun. Mm-hmm. Welcome back then. Did you speak with Dorbe? Well, then you will forgive me if I ask you to wash your hands. I shall pour you a cup of milk tea in the meantime. The meal's almost ready, so we should summon Hien and Gosetsu.
She needed the rest. To come so far and carry so much. Hien and his friend, too. Strange that they should vanish so soon.
Ha! Ha! Not troubled by your old wounds, I see.
Nor you by yours. I know I should have fled with the others after Father died, instead of blindly fighting on. It was reckless and foolish, and there was naught to be gained from it. Everything to lose, rather.
We know no path save the one we walk. I myself am in no hurry to meet those who have gone before. Not while I have still to make amends.
Well said.
You are none the worse for your time in the wilderness. On the contrary, I would say you have improved.
Come now, your victories still far exceed mine. Or have you forgotten all the times you trounced me as a boy?
I feared I would not see you again.
A life so fortuitously saved should be spent wisely. Without regret would I have traded it for our people's amnesty, had it been their will. Instead, they have called for the sword, and so that is what I must be. Until this blade is broken, I can but carve a path forward. Were you truly so concerned for my well-being? You never showed it when we used to spar.
How you cried when you lost, and when your mother tried to comfort you, and when you inevitably came at me once more, swinging your wooden sword wildly. Mina's little Master Shun. What a fine young man you've become.
A man should not be addressed by his childhood name. I've told you about that before. The mask slips. And I was so close to cultivating a winning persona.
There will be opportunity enough for putting on airs after you have returned in triumph to Doma. Now is the time to show our true character.
So long as we win when it counts. Shun, was it?
Yes, yes. 'Tis a name my parents gave me as a child, but I should like to think I have long since outgrown it. But as you seem determined to bring it back into use, I believe a match is in order. If I win, you will be honor-bound to divulge one of your darkest secrets.
And with that, my friends, that's where we're going to leave it off. I hope you enjoyed this episode of just us playing Final Fantasy XIV, and next episode we are going to go and deal with the trial that is awaiting us, supposedly. Goodbye.